Title I and Title IIs. And then we have certified staff and how those are broken down by law and Melrose in particular areas. And then we have the salaries broken down by grade. And then we have the support staff and how the teacher assistants are spread throughout the building, where they're for kindergarten, library, special ed, and custodians, bus monitors. And then a breakdown of where the assignments are, teacher assistants and custodians in each area. The bus monitor and bus assistant breakdown, we're going to have when we go through the budget, we'll be having a discussion about transportation, and this is one way that we're used to having the bus monitors, if they're on all of our buses as opposed to state-run buses. Let's have a discussion about that. And then the administrative salaries and which lines those numbers are derived from. Part 5 is the tuitions. And that's just a breakdown of how we came up with North Kingston High School tuition numbers, the special education tuitions, and also other tuitions, which is the Compass charter school that we have 6 seats, and we are to budget for those 6 spots. And we did use some of our carryover state aid to reduce that number. We currently have 3 students in the program, but we do budget for 6. And at any time, we could have 6 students. Food service. You'll see that our salaries for our assistants are no longer budgeted through us in our new contract with Sodexo. They're providing the employees. So you'll see a decrease there. And we're hoping to see a further decrease as they try to use the incentive program to boost participation. Then we have transportation. This just is an indication of the buses and some assumptions. We are going out to bid this year, so we are going to have to project based on trends and speaking with other districts, we expect transportation.
That is unbelievable.
That's actually pretty low because that was the Australian at that stage. The next section is school expenses. This is where we have a breakdown so you can see where the numbers for supplies, materials, equipment, service contracts, student activities, athletics, how the coaches are broken down, how the supplies and materials are broken down by grade level. And benefits, we did get bad news that the Blue Cross rates will be increased in 13.2%.
Wow.
It's all based on experience because we are with GHGRI, and it's based on our usage, and that's the number that we are fairly confident will not be budgeting. So there's the increases in the budget there. Gives you an idea of retiree benefits and how that number and the amount of retirees. Let's switch over to plan page. Capital is the next section. We have 2 capital budgets. We have our building improvement capital reserve. We're asking for $136,000 this year. And there are, the next page is the technology capital. Last year we started, the committee was for the strategic plan, the tech committee, and as well as the consultant working with the tech committee has come up with these suggestions, and we'll be reviewing that. And then we have the 5-year capital plan, just for review. And then the final part is revenues and how we propose to pay for it, and what funds to balance the budget. We have some general state aid that we propose will decrease. I'm basing it on the current state aid that we're getting minus the pension reform, because now the pension numbers are in here from the reform, and it seems that they normally decrease our state aid by the SFSF stabilization funds. So, and then I took a percentage off of that since they might take 3 to 5%. So I have that number in there, and we can discuss that further. By the end of February, we'll have a better idea of what that number should be. And then it explains the capital projects, asking for the transfer from the school fund balance of $121,000. And then asking for a transfer from the fund balance for the technology committee of, yeah, that number's not right. That's an old number. We'll update that number. But it's supposed to be that $74,000 that we saw on the previous page. And then the food service, we did have a balance in our food service account, and we'd like to use part of that, and only ask to use $22,000 of the fund balance next fiscal year. And then it's page 52, that would be all year funds, capital and general operating, and
okay, I was looking at 60. I don't think I
didn't say anything. There's sort of two. Basically, what we're ending up with is expenditures of $11,835,000, a decrease of 2.28% from last year, and general fund contribution of $11,176,000, a decrease of 0.78%. And then the final page is a review of the fund balance that was audited and presented to the town council at the December meeting. So we have our fund balance, and then we will take into account what we reserved from this year. And that's where you can find the detail of some of the numbers that you'll find in the budget that I present this evening.
I would like to say that the numbers in the budget are based on what we know right now. And as we find out more, often we've been able to reduce, say in the past we've come in and we only had an estimate on Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and then when we got the final number we could adjust the total amount. This year we're pretty certain that that number is firm, but there are other areas. Transportation is a good question mark. And once we have a firm number there, then we'll come back with that number and make the adjustment.
Before we even starting to look at this document, this is, to my knowledge, the first time, possibly ever, that we're starting with a budget asking for less money. So, lean and mean, you guys are a lean machine.
Can you do that? What is the decrease?
38%.
2.28 for the
2.28.
Yeah, but for the town contribution, from what we're asking from from the town, is a 0.78 decrease.
But don't let that go out without saying there are sacrifices that have been made. I mean, that.
Well, we haven't heard about
And
sacrifices yet.
We've heard about
Well, we
those.
heard about that. No, we've heard about those sacrifices. But let's see if we're sacrificing
There you go.
anything.
But as we go through the line items, I think you'll appreciate the degree to which they've been scrutinized. And,
Already.
They must have
Glen's, new to us, and this is her first budget with us, but she's done a great job. And Jane is, I didn't think we were going to finish, but I was always confident right along that it was going to happen.
We had 50 minutes.